The usefulness of a book does not necessarily depend on how big it is. Welcome to another video, another episode. And here we're going to sign 81 of section 6 of chapter 21 of the Holy Quran. Namshi. وَلِسُلَيْمَانَ أَرِيهَا آسِفَةً وَلِسُلَيْمَانَ أَرِيهًا آسِفَةً. Uh, it was our power that made the violent and unruly wind flow tamely for Suleiman. Very short in Arabic and long in the translation in English, because there has to be some explanation. You will see that the word, the phrase, "it was our power that made," is not there in the Arabic. But in the Arabic section, in the translation English section, to make things clear, it was our power that made the violent wind. In the first one I said unruly, but here again a brackets, in brackets unruly. So it is our power that made is in brackets, then unruly also in brackets. Let's try to read it without the brackets. The violent wind flew. Oh, we haven't even finished. There is another bracket, tamely. There's another word, tamely. Oh, well, I think I should take over again. Go all over again. It was our power that made the violent and unruly wind flow tamely, Tamel, for Suleiman. So these words, tamely in brackets, unruly in brackets, and then it was our power that made, also in brackets, with the three brackets, it will read, the violent for Suleiman. No, the violent wind flew. Yeah, the violent wind flew for Suleiman to his order. Flew for Suleiman. بأمره بأمره to his order, So the first part is gone. Which reads, the violent wind flew for Suleiman. Then we add بأمره to his order. To his order. In other words, if the wind is blowing east, he wants it to turn opposite to the west, it will go. That's what that means. His order, بأمره, to his order. إلى الأرض التي باركنا فيها على الأرض التي باركنا فيها, to the land which we had blessed, we had blessed, التي باركنا فيها, وكنا بكل شيء عالمين, وكنا بكل شيء عالمين. For we do know all things. For we do know all things. For God does knows all things. We do know all things. وَكُنَّا بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَالِمِينَ. Commentary 2736 and 2737. 76 first. And it's against Solomon. 76. Compare chapter 34, pardon me. Compare chapter 34, XXXIV, sign 12, and chapter 38, XXXVIII, signs 36 to 38. This has been interpreted to mean that Solomon had miraculous power over the winds, and he could make them obey his order. Full stop. In any case, the power behind was and is from God. who has granted man intelligence and the faculties by which he can tame the more unruly forces of nature. Yes, to us it is unruly. To us, the description unruly forces are there, but to God, it isn't there. It does not apply when King Solomon is involved or was involved, if you like. All right, we now go to 2737. Evidently, Palestine, in which was Solomon's capital, though his influence extended far north in Syria. That's land. When talking of land, and the land that God has blessed for them, for him. And here the commentator is telling us that evidently Palestine, in which was Solomon's capital, though his influence extended for north in Syria. I don't know whether it should be far north, okay, but here it is for. Oh yeah, I think I corrected it even. I corrected it, so it should be far north. I made the correction long time. So it is not for north of Syria, for north in Syria, but far north in Syria. And that was commentary 2737 to sign 81. We now go to sign 82. Hmm. ومن ومن الشيط ومن الشياطين ومن الشياطين من من يغوصون ومن الشياطين من يغوصون له. And of Satans were some who dived for him, who died for him. Man yagusuna. To swim or to dive is yagusu. To swim or to dive is yagusu. Man yagusuna lahu, who died for him. ويعملون عملا دون ذلك ويعلمون عملا دون ذلك, and did other types of work for him. Let's see. For him and did other work besides, and did other work besides. That's the interpretation. Amalan دون ذلك. Okay, yeah, دون ذلك. وكنا لهم حافظين. uh, we it was we who gathered them. It was we who gathered them. It was we who gathered them. وَكُنَّا لَهُمْ حَافِظِينَ. Commentary 2738. It was God's power ultimately, who granted him wisdom. Full stop. Solomon tamed the jinns with wisdom. Well, I would say it's with inspiration. No, I don't know. Eh? Today, no man of wisdom can tame the wind. Our viewers, don't you agree with me? No man of wisdom today can tame the wind. So I would say with inspiration, with his inspiration. Oh, I see. I think with the wisdom of God. Yeah. Uh, okay, let's go with the wisdom of God. Oh, where is it? Yeah, that's it. It was God's power ultimately, who granted him wisdom. Solomon tamed the jinns with wisdom. Solomon tamed the wind with wisdom. This is not referring to the wisdom of God. It's referring to the wisdom of Solomon. So that's why I might not fully agree with the commentator, I think, which is inspiration. And I've given the reason already. We go to Psalm 83. Mm. We now go to another prophet, uh, Ayuba or Job. Mm. Wa Ayuba is nada rabahu wa nuda. Sorry. Wa Ayuba is nada rabahu. And remember Job when he cried to his Lord. Again, I think it can be interpreted as when he prayed to his Lord. Sometimes the commentator uses the word nada as pray and sometimes call. So if I have to follow the same interpreter, I would rather say pray. And remember, the word remember is in brackets. And remember Job, when he cried to his Lord, mm, uh, when he cried to his Lord, Anni mas Anni masanni adurru. Anni masanni adurru. He cried to his Lord. Truly distress has seized me. Truly distress has seized me. And this is in double inverted commas. Truly distress has seized me. Wa anta arrahmani arrahi. Wa anta arrahmani arrahim. Yes, I'm right. Wa anta arrahmani arrahim. Distress has seized me, but thou art the most merciful of those that are merciful. Wa anta ar sorry, I read it wrongly. Wa anta arhamun rahimin. That's the right translation, please. Viewers, forgive me. Wa anta arhamu rahimin. I was reading from my head instead of from the book, instead of from the holy book. Wa anta arhamu rahimin. But thou art the most merciful of those that are merciful. Arhama, Arrahim. Commentary 2739. 2739. Another long commentary. I can see it already, but let's delve there. Let's delve there. I think it's going to tell us the history of Ayuba or Job. Job, into brackets, Ayuba, was a prosperous man with faith in God, living somewhere in the northeast corner of Arabia. Living somewhere in the northeast corner of Arabia. Living somewhere in the northeast corner of Arabia. He suffers from a number of calamities. He suffers from a number of calamities. Or we can say he suffered. It can be the other way around. We can say he suffered from a number of calamities. His cattle were destroyed. His servants slain by the sword. His servants slain by the sword. His family crushed under his roof. Full stop. But he holds fast to his faith in God. Full stop. As a further calamity, he is covered with loathsome. He is covered with loathsome sores. Loath is spelled Loath, and some Some. Loathsome sores from head to foot. Ourselves will say kurji or kuraje. From head to feet. Full stop. He loses the peace of mind. Oh my God. Mm. And he curses the day he was born. Did he really do that? Anyway, that's what the commentator is telling us. He curses the day he was born. Mm. Full stop. His false friends come, his false friends come and attribute his afflictions to sin. Hmm. Life. Full stop. These Job's comforters, these into brackets, Job's comforters, brackets close. No, no, not brackets, double inverted commas. These Job's comforters mm, are no comforters at all. And he further loses his balance and mind, comma, but God recalls to him, but God recalls to him all his mercies, all God's mercies, and he resumes his humility and gives up self justification. Full stop. He is restored to prosperity with twice as much as he had before, comma, semicolon. His brethren and friends come back to him. Oh, that's how life is. Hmm. His brethren and friends come back to him. Hmm. Uh, Semicolon. He had a new family of 7 sons and 3 fair daughters. He had a new family of 7 friends and 3 fair daughters. Uh, he lived to a good old age. I think it's 93, as our honorable historians, learned ones, sheikhs have told us. He lived to the to an old age. Let me see. He lived to a good old age, comma, and saw 4 generations of descendants. Well, full stop. All this is recorded in the book of Job in the Old Testament. Oh, I see. This is the Old Testament version. I think that Muslim scholars will not agree to that. I don't think so. In the Old Testament. Mm. All this is recorded in the book of Job in the Old Testament. Full stop. Of all the Hebrew writings, comma, the Hebrew of this book comes nearest to Arabic. Full stop. The account given in the biblical sources and the image that is that it projects of Prophet Job is decidedly different from that found in the Quran. I said it. From that found in the Quran and the Hadith, comma, which present him as a prophet and brilliant example of dignified patience, becoming of a great prophet of God, mm, ever, ever trustful in him, ever trustful in God. So Job was ever trustful in God and his promises and God's promises. He trusted God. Job trusted God's promises, uh, God's what do you call it? Ever trusted in Him, ever trusted in Him, and he ever trusted in God and God's promises. Full stop. Nothing could be further from truth than saying that he lost his peace of mind. Nothing could be, let me repeat it, nothing could be further from truth than saying that he lost his peace of mind or resorted to curses during the period of the trial. I said it. Did he really curse himself? No. So the Arabic scholars do not agree with the idea that he actually he actually cares himself for being in the world. No, he never did it. God wouldn't let it happen during his trial. Viewers, that's note 2739 to sign 43. We now go to sign, that's to sign 83. That was 2739 to sign 83. We now go to sign 84. فاستجبنا له فكشي كشففنا فكشفنا فاستجبنا له فكشفنا ما به من در ما به من در. So we listened to him فاستجبنا لهم and removed the distress وكشفنا له and we removed the distress that was on him. كشفنا ما به that was on him ما به من در. That's the distress. We read it already. Where is bihi? Where is bihi? ودر وأتيناه أهله وأتيناه أهله وأتيناه أهله and we restored his people to him وأتيناه أهله ومثلهم معهم رحمة ومثله معهم ومثلهم معهم رحمة. Uh, remove his distress that was on him, and we restored his people to him, and doubled their number as a grace, and doubled their number as a grace. Wa mithlahum ma'ahum rahmatan, rahmatan, grace. Restored his people to him and doubled their number as a grace, rahmatan, as a grace, rahmatan, as a grace, rahmatan. That was sign 84. We haven't finished it yet. Rahmatan. Rahmatan. Mi indana, rahmatan, mi indana, rahmatan, min indana, rahmatan, min indana, grace from ourselves, min indana, from ourselves, min indana, وذكرى للعابدين وذكرى للعابدين. I love this part. And a thing for commemoration for all who serve God. So his life, Job's life, is there to remind us, we those who serve God. I believe I'm among them. And viewers, I believe you're also among those who serve God. For commemoration for all who serve us, who serve God. So if you are serving God and you are in distress and hardship, remember Job. Remember Job and all others. Remember Job, who serve us. Commentary 2740. Commentary 2740. Commentary 2740. It's against us who serve us. It's against who serve us. Commentary 2740. Job is a pattern of humility. Okay. That's the best way to put it. Job is a pattern of humility, patience, and faith in God, which we have to emulate. which we have to emulate this from our own self, and faith in God. mm. It was with these weapons that he fought and conquered evil. Julius, can we conquer evil? Mm? When such things come to us, oh my God, we despair, we give up. And probably that's even what kills us. You keep your heart solid. You keep your heart solid and trust in God, it will go. Mm. And I believe it has happened to many of us. Distress, and we say, no, by the grace of God, it's going to go. And it goes. By the grace of God, it will go. It will not remain like that. Things will change. And things actually change. So Job, we have to remember very much, his humility has to be with us all of the time when we are in distress. Mm. Okay, that was commentary 2740 to Psalm 84. We now go to Psalm 85, to another prophet, or to an uh, two or more prophets. Mm. Uh-huh. Wa Ismaila, wa Idrisa, wa Ismaila, wa Idrisa, wa Zulkiflin, wa Zulkifli, wa Ismaila, wa Idrisa, wa Zulkifli. And remember it's in brackets. Mm. Without the brackets, it reads, and Ismail, or Ishmael, and Ismail, Idris, Enoch, Idris is Enoch, was Kifl, supposedly Ezekiel was Kifl. All men of constancy and patience. Men is in brackets. All, without the brackets, it reads, all of constancy and patience. In other words, they did not despair. They continued to pray and trust in God. Kullun mina swabirin. Kullun mina swabirin. All of constancy and patience. So swabirin here means constancy and patient. And patience, rather. That was Psalm 85 with two commentaries. Oh, with three. Each against the prophets. One for Ismail, one for Idris, and Zulkifl. Let's go there. 27:41. Ismail, which is Ismail or Ishmael, is mentioned specially apart from the line which descended through Isaac. Into brackets, chapter 21, Psalm 72, brackets close. As he was the founder of a separate and greater ummat. Ummat means family or followers or a body, something like that, of a greater ummat, full stop. His sufferings began in infancy. See note 160 to chapter 2, Psalm 158, semicolon, and brackets. See note 160 to chapter 2, Psalm 158, brackets column, brackets close, then column. But his steady constancy and submission to the will of God were specially shown when he earned the title of sacrifice to Allah, or sacrifice to God. Double inverted commas close. Sacrifice to God is in double inverted commas. Sacrifice to God. See note 2506 to chapter 19, Psalm 54. 19 is XIX. Psalm 54. Full stop. That was the particular quality of constancy and patience. Viewers, this prophet gave his life to the Father upon demand, to be slaughtered by the Father as a sacrifice to God. Can we do that? Or could I have done that? I would have run out of the house without turning back at all. I would say, Otulong, where are you? Sule, Inakachi. Sule, where are you? Oh, I'm gone. I will never step foot in the house. Viewers, or would you? Ismail laid down. He said that. Huh? God said, Abraham said, Allah, Amarani bihaza. He said, okay, go on. Hmm? Okay, this specific, this applies specifically to Ishmael. Hmm? Then we now go to the next uh, note, and that is against Idris 2742. For Idris, see note 2508 to chapter 19, sign 56. Full stop. He was a high he was in a high station in life, but that did not spoil him. He was taken to heaven by God, hmm, but that did not spoil him. He was sincere and true, and that was the particular quality of his constancy and patience. Indeed, most of the prophets were sincere. I remember Jesus Christ, Al-Masihu Isa, alayhi salam, is also described as a sincere. So you see, almost all of the prophets are sincere. Mm. Now we go to the next personality or the next prophet, Zulkiflu, and that is 2743. Zulkiflu would literally mean possessor of or possessor of or given, comma, a double requital or portion. So that's the meaning of Zulkiflu. Mm. Uh, uh, a double requited possessor or given a double requital or portion in inverted commas, or else one who used a cloak of double thickness, who used a cloak of double thickness. Cloak is spelled Cloak, a cloak of double thickness. Comma, that being one of the meanings of kiful. So the meaning of kiful is here. I've noted it down. Viewers, you can also note it down. The meaning of kiful. Here, to kiful is to kiful. That's the meaning of kiful explained here or expounded here. Full stop. The commentators differ in opinion as to who is meant, comma, why the title is applied to him, comma, and the point of his being grouped with Ishmael and Idris for constancy and patience. So we don't know why Ismail, Idris, and Zulkifl are grouped here into a group of people who are constant and patient in life or with God. Mhm. That's what the commentator is trying to tell us. Full stop. I think the best suggestion is that afforded by Carsten, Niebuhr. I don't know if it's German name. Carsten is spelled Karsten. Then Nippur is Niebur. In his recent Bescherberg, I think it's German. In his Risbech Cherberg, Nak Arabian is that is Risbech Cherberg, Nak Arabian, comma Copenhagen, 1779. You see, people actually started going into started studying the Quran long time ago, in 1789, comma. Then chapter 2, science 246. No, it's chapter 2, science 264, rather. Chapter 2, science 666. chapter 2, sign 264 to sign 266, as quoted in the Encyclopedia of Islam under Zulkifl. Zulkifl in inverted commas, all inverted commas here, full stop. He visited Miss Schad, that's the German author, as I suppose, in the book of Kassin Nebeck. So, who did the visit? Kassin Nebeck visited Mishad. Mishad is spelled capital Meshad. He visited Mishad, all, all in Iraq. He visited Mishad, all in Iraq, and also the little town called Kefil, midway between Najat and Hilla, into brackets, Babylon, into brackets, Babylon. He visited Mishad, but after that we have all in Iraq, all in Mishad, all in bracket commas, Mishad, all in Iraq. The word all in is in uh, single inverted commas. Iraq, all in Iraq, comma. Uh, uh, and Hila. And Hila, oh God. Okay, Hila. And Hila is bracketed as Babylon. So Babylon probably was called Hilla, capital Hille. So midway between Najat, a town, and a town called Hilla, which is uh, bracketed as Babylon. Full stop. Careful, he says, is the Arabic form of Ezekiel. I said it. So careful is the Arabic form of Ezekiel. So when you hear careful, it means Ezekiel. Careful is the Arabic form of Ezekiel. Full stop. The shrine of Ezekiel was there, and the Jews came to it on pilgrimage. Well, I don't know whether to call it laughable or pathetic. So the shrine was there, and the Jews came to it on pilgrimage. Well, that was the belief at the time. It could be something nice, it could be something nice, something not so nice. I leave it to the viewers. Maybe you can make your own research about that. About that. Okay, paragraph. This is also a long. This is also rather a long commentary. Paragraph. It was sorry. If we accept Zulkifl to be not an epithet but an Arab, but an Arabicized form of Ezekiel, if we accept Zulkifl to be not an epithet, comma, but an Arabicized form of Ezekiel, it fits the context, comma, or full stop. I don't know. I can't see well. Full stop. Let's say full stop. Ezekiel was a prophet in Israel who was carried away to Babylon by Nebuchadnezzar, a very powerful personality, a very powerful and feared personality, by Nebuchadnezzar after his second attack on Jerusalem about BC 599 BC. Into brackets, about BC 599, about BC 599, full stop. His book is included in the English Bible. Whose book? I think Ezekiel. I think Ezekiel's book is included in the English Bible, into brackets, Old Testament. Pardon me, viewers, there are brackets here and inverted commas. I will call them, I will mention them so that viewers will know precisely what I'm reading and they can put their mind there, they can imagine what I'm reading. They can see clearly what I'm reading. Uh, Bible included in the English Bible, Old Testament, full stop. He was chained and bound and put into prison. And for a time, he was damned. Oh my God. And into brackets, Ezekiel 3:25 to 26. So if you go to the Bible, you go to Ezekiel chapter 3, 25, 26. Do not, please do not make the mistake of going to the Quran. There's no such thing in the Quran. So into brackets, Ezekiel 3, signs 25 to 26, full stop. He bore all with patience and constancy, and continued to reprove boldly the evils in Israel. Full stop. Has the evil stopped? As I'm reading, is that people smashing children, like they smash any inanimate thing, vegetable matter or something. Okay. Boldly the evils in Israel, full stop. So careful. Mm. In a burning passage, he denounces false leaders in words which are eternally true. You see, I think most of the prophets suffered similar fate. Not the same, not precisely the same fate, but similar fate. I remember John the Baptist, who was beheaded for denouncing evil. A chief married his nephew, something like that. They will not stop criticizing people who do evil, no matter what, or notwithstanding the punishment that they see in their way. They will never. Which are extremely true, full stop. Announces the leaders in words which are extremely true, column. Then double inverted commas. Woe to she, woe to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves, that do feed themselves. Woe to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves! Exclamation mark. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? Question mark. Ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with wool. Ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with the wool, comma, ye kill them that are fed, colon, but ye feed not the flock, full stop. The disease have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick, neither have ye bound up that which was broken. Double inverted commas close. I mentioned it at the beginning, so this is where the double inverted commas are closed. Which ye broken, which was broken. In other words, the sentence is too long to be stated fully here, etc., etc., comma, etc., etc. And it is in Ezekiel 34, signs 2 to 4. Viewers, it will be interesting to go there. I believe I'll go there too and see in my leisure time. Let me mark it down. Hmm. So please refer to this into brackets Ezekiel 34 XXXIV, then 2 to 4 brackets close. Not finished yet. We are going to continue this story about Ezekiel or Zulkifl. It's a very long story. That's 43. Oh, I think it's finished. I think it's finished. 43. Almost finished. Zulkifl or Ezekiel is again mentioned in 38, in chapter 38, verse 48, along with Ishmael and Elisha or Ilyasa. Elisha is Ilyasa in Arabic. Zulkifl is again mentioned in chapter 38, sign chapter 88, 48, along with Ismail and Elisha, or along with Ishmael and Elisha. Mm. The commentator uses here Ismail, which is Arabic, and then Elisha, which is English. That was commentary 2743 to sign to sign 86. To sign 86. Mm. We shall break here. When we come back, God willing, we shall go to sign 87. I think here a lot of history for us. Thank you very much. Bye bye. May God bless you all. Au revoir.